the show proper.
Oh no, I like pushing the right buttons. Makes everyone happy.
Pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons, rubbing.
I'm glad we didn't record earlier.
Oh yeah, no, there was no intention to having that recorded.
Whoops.
That would have been okay. We're ending that broadcast right now.
Check out the uncut version.
Of them getting themselves in trouble. Oh man. Yeah, dude. I mean, the notes wise, I was like, I know kind of what we should talk about, but I was like, I don't know how to really put any notes to it.
I don't know. We put out so much content here lately. I don't,
it doesn't have to be a long episode.
No.
Our last episode was over an hour before you edited it down, and really after you edited it down, we were still in the 50-minute range.
Yeah.
So I mean, a 30-minute episode edited down. I'd be fine with that.
Right.
Got me a Christmas joke.
Oh.
I always say, because I know you don't have one. That's my way of saying, do you have a joke? Oh, man.
Okay, let's see. Had a fire going today. It was nice.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I did nothing today.
Yeah. This weekend was a pajama-filled weekend for me.
Dude, I completely brain farted earlier. Janessa went to pick up groceries and everything, and she took Skylar with her. And I'm just sitting on my ass in my chair, laptop on there, looking at YouTube stuff. And she walks in with all these groceries, and I didn't move. And then she goes back outside, gets something else, and said, "Are you going to help me bring these groceries in?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry." I just completely brain farted. I went out there, those 2 bags and 2 gallons of milk, and that's all I brought in.
You were zoned out.
I was completely out of it. And it's normally like the minute she pulls in or she walks in, I'm throwing my shoes on, I'm out there helping her bring them in. And she's like, what's going on? You're just not going to do anything today? Answer to that should have been, I have no plans on doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, but yesterday I was running around so much. I'm like, you know what? Today I wanted to get it all out of my system yesterday. So today I can just kind of loaf out and do nothing, watch some football.
Yeah.
Hopefully I was looking to find something online or YouTube or something like an after show of last night's soccer game, and I couldn't find anything. Even our local news dropped the ball on that. I was pissed.
Oh shoot.
I was like, okay, it's like Ohio celebrates a bunch of championships. Let's just not talk about it on the 11 o'clock news.
I got a dad joke.
Awesome. I promise to you, I'll respond or laugh. And I won't know the punchline.
You got neither an audience laugh or a cricket last week. Or I did, I mean.
Yeah, you called me out on it.
Was funny.
I thought that was hilarious. Oh, boy. You just want to roll into this?
Yeah.
I mean, most of us is just going to be what we're doing now, just conversation.
F it.
I think if I didn't put anything together, we would have crapped our pants, and it'd have been terrible.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not even gonna edit.
Just put uncut.
Just put the noises in there, and
all we need is a dad joke segment, because once I think next week's our last show. We gotta record that either Saturday night or Monday, because there's another wrestling thing. It's one of those. So it's like once every 4 weeks. It's once a month.
What is it next? So Sunday the 20th?
Yeah, the 20th.
What is it?
Tables, ladders, chairs. TLC.
Okay.
There's rumors that The Rock's coming back for WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah. The fight Roman Reigns. If he can.
Royal Rumble, is that January?
I think it's January. Yeah. They're looking to have a live crowd for Royal Rumble.
Oh snap!
Yeah. So that's their goal, and then WrestleMania is supposed to be in Los Angeles. Which right now I think is hard pressed. Definitely with California and Santa Ana, where the San Francisco 49ers play. Yeah. Basically kicked them out of the state. See?
California.
Oi, oi, oi.
All right,
Aussie.
I'm gonna mention I'm just gonna ask you what you did. Don't even ask me what I did, because I got nothing.
You ain't got nothing. Okay. Yeah, because I got two things. I mean, one thing I think would be interesting to just kind of talk about. Kyle and I need to find one more name. Oh, this week, put My Drunken Movie Theater for the promo, because I'm gonna give them some credit for that little idea what I did.
Okay.
Let me see. Where's the My Drunken Movie Theater? There it is.
Did you send John our promo?
Oh crap! No, I haven't.
All right, I'll do that before I get off of here.
Kyle and Trisha. Okay. I'm gonna forget that. You good on your levels and everything?
I believe I am.
You believe you can fly?
Hold on. I believe I am. Yeah, that's good.
I believe I can.
I believe. That's old school.
Oh man, that
I don't even know where that came from.
Oh, that was
something that you and I did, right?
Yeah, no, dude, that was back the whole like when we were punch drunk at 2 a.m, Princess Richards and things like that. That's where all that was.
I believe.
I don't know where that came from, or was that when we were chucking pennies out the window?
I don't know. We were stupid.
We had to entertain ourselves somehow.
But
wow.
The fact that I could just say 2 words, I believe, and it makes me think of how we said that specifically back then is just nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. My mic jumped like there. Okay, that's cool. It's like my level on Audacity moved. It's like, why the frick did you do that?
I'm ready for a countdown, whatever.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Dadnarok Podcast. This is Shaun.
And this is Chris.
Hey, we are here for another week. We are hip deep in Christmas time.
Hip deep? Man, I was neck deep.
Yeah, what have you been up to? You've been shopping, haven't you?
Yeah. I decided I had to. It was one of those things. My wife wasn't intending to be home. She was intending to be busy. And, well, she decided she didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So I decided, well, I didn't decide. It was one of those, I was sitting on the couch and I realized if I don't take advantage of this, I'm going to be so far up the creek. I wouldn't know how to get out of it.
You got to. Time's running out. We're halfway through the month. We're 2 weeks into December already.
And I hate wrapping, so I may have to find Santa's elf somewhere and say, here's a few bucks. Can you wrap this for me? But yeah, no, she said she wanted us a few specific things. She doesn't listen, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't
not chance
here.
It. Yeah, but, we both gave each other a budget right about $150.
Okay.
Kids are completely done. It was like, this is what's left. Do what you can do with it.
Right.
And apparently she stretched that money out within like 5 gifts, I think she said it was.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, okay, not only did you beat me in the number of gifts you got me.
Yeah.
But I also about doubled the budget.
Did she go over budget?
No.
Wow.
She was completely on budget. And she was like, oh, you should have talked to my mom to keep you on budget. I was like, no, there would have been no way I could have stayed on budget because one of her gifts was way out of budget to start with.
Right. I almost said what it was out loud. I caught myself.
But I looked at it this way, too. I mean, she's been working from home. We've had the kids.
Yeah.
She's been the main breadwinner, and she kind of always has been. It's been a lot for me to adjust to. But even with me being out of a normal job and me running DoorDash, I feel like there's been more stress on her, within this past year. So I was like, you know what? I've got no problem. She asked for a couple things, and I just went ahead and made it happen. I mean, I don't feel bad about it at all.
Yeah, you should make it happen, Captain. I've always wanted to splurge on Christmas. I mean, I figure that's what, January and February are for. It's just Christmas debt. You'll take care of it next year.
Just picking it all back up, yeah.
Yeah, might as well make it a Merry Christmas, man. That's how I feel. Especially a year like we've had, 2020. Grab whatever joy you can.
Yeah, so she's going to have a fun time. I'm thinking one of them things are in a very small box. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about doing wrapping that, putting it in a bigger box, wrapping the bigger box, putting that in a bigger box, and just like doing the big, like the Russian dolls.
Yes. You know what? That is funny, and that's like a frustrating and very funny thing to do. But you have to imagine. I mean, it is. It's more work to actually set that up than it is to. It's more work to wrap something than it is to unwrap something.
And seeing that I hate rapping,
Yeah, the joke's
that
on
would,
you.
yeah, for the most part. So I mean, that would be fun, but or I may give her the other thing that is equally as small, but not really the gift, if it makes sense. Like I got to open this one up first to make sense of the other, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's great. What's the other thing?"
Oh, have you ever had that happen where it's like a 2 or 3 part gift, and you open one up and it kind of spoils what the the rest of the gift is? Like, I don't know for certain, but if like you're getting somebody a new phone for Christmas and they happen to open up like a new phone
Open the
case,
case, yeah.
like,
Like,
oh,
wow, I wonder what this is. Or getting
yeah,
them like a game system, they open the game first.
right. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, no, and that's never quite happened to me. I mean, I've been told to open up other things first just because they
Right.
want to see a reaction. But yeah, 'cause sometimes, well, if you open up a gift, like has this happened to you? You open up a gift and you're like, oh, that is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And then like your other gifts are all just afterthoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they were opened up in the wrong order. Like you should have saved the best for last kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go down that route. I'm really curious. I mean, to see what she got me. She's very observant. Like when I'm saying what I want, and typically the way I go about saying it is like, you know what, these are the things I want,
Yeah.
but the price point is out there. It's not a Christmas gift that we should really get because it's going to be too much.
Yeah.
So get me whatever you want to get me. That I don't know if it's passive aggressive or not, or
I'm a bad gift giver, honestly. Like I try my best, and most of the time I just straight up ask her like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I try to,
how
I
are
try
you
to.
not? I mean, you have to ask the question.
You have to, otherwise, I mean, it's worse for her. I know because you and I talked about this. Because I'm no stranger to just if I want something throughout the rest of the year, I just typically just kind of get it. I'm bad about that myself, you know. So for her to like, what do you get for the guy who gets himself everything? She's even said that to you. Like, I don't know. So it's not very fair. But she's normally pretty good about getting me stuff and stuff that I wouldn't even thought of. So she's pretty receptive too, and she listens. So I probably only mentioned something one time and then forget about it, but she keeps it in mind.
She's got it in mind.
Yeah.
Just kind
Now,
of
and
seeing
if
if
I
you're
don't
going to
like
get
it, if I don't make it like a note in my phone or something, then I'm bad about remembering.
it. Oh no, Janessa will go as far as like emailing me, like, texting me pictures of things, and
Oh
I
yeah.
like this, or she texts me something like, I didn't get her any jewelry, but she's like, how about these earrings? And I'm thinking, you don't wear jewelry. You don't like jewelry. Why am I going to buy you jewelry? Even if you're saying you wouldn't mind wearing it, just not to wear it.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm not. No, it's not happening.
Janessa, you ain't getting the jewelry.
Yeah, there's no jewelry under that tree for you this year.
Hopefully she doesn't listen.
Oh, I hope she does. Oh man, but that Christmas shopping spree, yeah, for what I spent, Jesus,
Yeah.
it was almost more. I almost bought our son a television.
Oh yeah.
I had it in hand, walking to the front, and then I was like, "Oh, I better run this by the boss first."
Yeah.
And went back and put it down. It was almost one of those things. I was like, you know what? I was going to come home and say I did something.
Right.
And I don't know how upset. I don't think she should have been upset, really. It would have been more, okay, now we have to even out the gifts.
Right. You guys run into that issue that I don't have yet, and probably won't. Keeping it even amongst the number of kids. I don't know. I assume our parents did that too, but I grew up in a household of 3 kids. You did multiple. God, how many? You grew up with a lot of kids.
At the youngest, let me see. When
You're one of 6 siblings, right?
we were all home at one point.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, granted, the girls were young,
Right.
but we were all living at home. Yeah, because I was the first to graduate, and yeah, Jen was still there in North Carolina, and Brandon and Danny, and yeah. At one point, there was 6 of us on Christmas morning.
Yeah, those are probably a brief couple of years, but I mean that's you probably have to keep that rule. You can't show favorites with with kids, even though if you want to buy one kid a very nice thing, and the other kids are maybe the thing isn't as nice. Well, you were talking about maybe picking up the TV, but luckily Zach's birthday isn't far away.
Yeah, and that's kind of already taken unless Janessa decides she wants what we're getting him for herself.
What are you thinking about getting for his birthday?
we were thinking about getting him Mario
He doesn't listen, does he?
3D. He's the thin. Our walls are thin. So we were thinking about getting that for him either for Christmas or for his birthday, and we deferred.
Yeah.
So right now, that's where that sits.
I see.
That plan may be altered if Janessa decides she wants to play some more video games. So we'll see.
It's going to be a fun one editing. You and I haven't talked about like secrets like this out loud on the podcast, so I don't know if I'll have to go back and take some stuff out afterwards. We'll see.
You know what? The kids don't listen, and your wife is the only one who listens to two of them. And I don't even know how often she listens.
That's true.
But I mean, that was the first time I've actually been really in a store. Like outside of I'll go to Meijer periodically for grocery shopping.
Yeah.
But like definitely during the holidays, dude, they're mobbed.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's mobbed. And I waited so long, I didn't trust, shipping anything to the house before the holidays.
Right.
So I kind of backed myself into a corner where I had to go in, and I had to park as far back at Best Buy as I can possibly park to get in because, they took up like 40 spots for like drive up.
Right.
And 3/4 of them were empty. So, I mean, I had to walk in, I was looking around, and I was like, man, I felt more comfortable in there than I do at restaurants when I'm picking up food.
Yeah.
Because at the restaurants, everyone's, masks are off, they're eating. It's a little more, just I was a little more uncomfortable in there, just kind of leave it that way.
Everybody's kind of stationary. They're like not moving around.
Yeah.
Like you can try your best to keep your distance from folks when you have free reign to walk around.
And I'll give everyone credit. I mean, Best Buy, I didn't see one person without a mask on.
Yeah.
And the same with Kohl's and even Walmart. Oh, dude, first of all, I can't stand Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm just not a Walmart person. I walk in Walmart and my anxiety level goes through the roof. I don't really know why.
Yeah.
It just gives me I get like a knot in my chest. I'm like, okay, I just need to get in,
right?
See if they got what I want, and just get out.
Yeah.
And I even came home and told Janessa, yeah, I went in that store that usually I want to punch somebody when I walk in, and I got out with what I needed, and I wasn't escorted out.
Well, I try to avoid it too. So normally when I do go, it's out of desperation, and maybe you're only looking for one or two things. And I've had this happen many times before where I duck in there for one thing or two things. And then, you go to the grocery store or whatever, either expect to kind of take a long time through checkout because you got a cart full of stuff, or you do the U-scan if you got one or two things and you're in and out of there.
In and out, yeah.
But with Walmart, you can walk in there, only intend to buy two things, and their U-scans are closed, and they have only one or two actual checkout lines open, and there's lines going down, and they don't seem to care about throwing more cashiers up there to handle the lines. You just got to stand there and wait in line for your one or two things, and it's a little rough.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. So I avoid that store pretty much at all costs, unless it's an emergency. Well, I won't say yesterday was an emergency, but they didn't have what I was looking for at Best Buy.
Yeah.
So I went to Kohl's. They didn't have what I was looking for at Kohl's. So my next one was, Walmart's right next to Kohl's. So I was like, I'm just going to duck in here. And luckily they had what I was looking for. I was like, okay.
Nice.
And there was even something else that was only like $24. And I was like, I had to get someone to unlock it. I'm like,
really?
I even looked at the dude. I was like, am I going to be shopping at a pawn store soon in Walmart? Do you guys lock up everything? It's like, when are you going to lock up that $1 worth of gum that's sitting up by the register? This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's kind of laughs. Yeah, we lock up everything now.
It's Walmart, I guess.
I was like, man, I was expecting just to grab it. And I had a hard time finding what I was looking for because I didn't expect to have to look in a case.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. Can I check out back here so I don't have to worry about the registers?
Oh, that's always the sweetest thing, man. If you can find a department that'll just ring you up real quick, that's the best.
Yeah, because I had the one thing I was carrying, then I was looking for the other. And I think because it was locked up, I had to be rung out back there as well.
Right.
But he just checked me out real quick. It was easy going, and I was going. I was like, okay. I was in and out in like 15 minutes. I've never been in and out of Walmart in 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
I was like, great.
Paid off.
Yeah, very much so. So I have finished my Christmas shopping for my wife. Now I got to do the other dreaded part of this and wrap it.
Yeah. Lucky you. Good job. Well, I'm still not done. I've actually been saving that though, because I expect my mom to be joining us here this Friday, actually, the 18th. She's flying in and we're doing all kinds of COVID tests and stuff. And she's going to be somewhat quarantined and she's wearing masks and stuff. I'm not too worried about it. She keeps safe. She'll be keeping safe in the airport. I've actually heard the recirculated air treatment they have in planes is pretty efficient. And her doctor told her as much. So she's taking a test before she leaves. She's taking a test when she gets here, and we're gonna keep pretty safe about it. But I intend to go out shopping with her just a little bit, pick out some few things, like buy a few things on Verona's behalf, on Verona's behalf, like to this is from Verona for mommy kind of deal.
Yeah.
Kind of take her with us so she can pick something out. But yeah, so I'm not quite done, but most of that hopefully is going to get done this upcoming weekend, because after that, I'm not going to have much time left.
Yeah, we're running close on time, and they're not extending store hours really. So usually they extend them all the way to like the midnight in most places. Now they're actually, either are already reduced or they're reducing them even more.
Right.
Just because, the pandemic and everything. But on Saturday, I was like, I'm going to get all this done. And I wanted to get home by like 4, because I intended on watching like all our Christmas specials.
Oh yeah.
We missed Rudolph, and Zach called me out on it today. But we watched Charlie Brown. We watched the Minions Christmas special, which was great, by the way.
Oh, that's new this year, isn't it?
Yeah, that was new this year. There was only one that was really Christmas related on it. Mm-hmm. So it's 4 like mini movies, but it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. Both of the Prep and Landings. What else did we watch? Frosty
Landings.
it's a go-to for me.
Yeah,
I love it. It feels. I wouldn't say it feels good, but it looks good. It fits the part of the years.
Right.
Like, you've seen how much better like everything is. We sat down and watched Charlie Brown and Frosty. Frankly, I was getting bored.
You've don't like the they're classics, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, I don't think the kids really enjoyed it a ton. I'm like,
the stuff that kept kids' attentions in the 60s and 70s is a lot different than the stuff that keeps kids' attention now.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, my ears were itching.
Remember, we are live.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, boy. But Uncut's right. Wait for the fart. But yeah, dude, we sat down and I was like, you know what? There's a podcast I listen to called My Drunken Movie Theater with Kyle and Trisha.
Oh yeah,
and we run their promo periodically on our show, and they work actually in the movie theater industry. And I think it's not a big chain, so it's not like a Regal, Cinemax, Cinemark, I should say, or any of those big ones. So it's one of the more like local homegrown ones.
Okay.
And they're saying how bad like the theaters are hurting. And they were like always suggesting, if you don't feel comfortable yet going to the theater, just go buy popcorn.
Right.
Because they're getting 100% of that, of that sale, rather than, only getting maybe 5-10% of whatever the ticket price is that goes back to the theater.
That's smart, man.
So I was like, you know what? I had a craving for some popcorn, and I think I wigged out the employees, because they had it set up as roped off, where you either go right to where the self check is, where you can get your own tickets,
yeah,
or you had to go to the counter. Well, I decided, in my brilliance, I'm going to have 2 large popcorns. How am I going to carry this?
Yeah,
I got my DoorDash bag.
There you go.
I walked in with my DoorDash bag, and they're looking at me like bewildered. And I walk right past the ticket counter, and I walk up to the, where the counter is for, the food and everything. Dude looks at me with the weirdest look. I'm like, dude, can I have 2 large popcorns? He's like, sure. And he brings them melting butter. I was like, no, I decided against the butter just because the drive didn't want to get,
right,
kind of soggy. And he's like, I was only like $13. I was like, that's definitely this kind of prices right now.
Yeah.
But I grabbed 2, I put them both in my DoorDash bag, zipped it up, and I walked out. And I knew they were thinking, what the crap just happened?
Well, I mean that's $13 helping your local chain there, so that's excellent. Yeah, I wonder if they wondered if one of their patrons, one of the people that are seeing the movie, ordered themselves some food to be delivered.
They made me come out to the counter to get it, to bring it to them.
Did
Yeah,
one of our moviegoers just order DoorDash?
yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, and it was something that I would have never thought of doing if it wasn't for the My Drunken Movie Theater guys. They
Yeah.
were like, you know what, just if you're going to look to support your theater in any way because they're all struggling so badly, just do that and bring it home and watch a movie or whatever you're going to do. And I forgot how big a large popcorn is.
It's massive.
Dude, we could have done it with one.
Yeah.
I mean, I ate so much popcorn. And like I was only halfway through it, and Zach's helping me. We could both put it away.
Yeah.
And we didn't finish. I was like, oh man.
It's so much. You go ahead.
I never understood why you have that free refill thing. Who refills that popcorn?
Especially the big bucket of it. Yeah. It's insane. I tend to only go with like the small bag because I feel like if I eat any more than that, I ended up just kind of hurting my stomach because when you're sitting there watching the movie, you just don't care. You're just munching away. It's almost like you're not even thinking about it. Yeah, you're not at all. So if I get like a bucket for myself, and normally, you know me, and you've even said on the show, I go to the movies myself, so it's not a sharing thing. Me and a big bucket of popcorn is not good news for me typically. So I usually get the small, but yeah, I mean, to be able, I think it's very smart to just head to the theater, get your movie theater experience, bring home some of that official movie theater popcorn, bring it home, and
so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that when I go to a theater, we'll get a popcorn since it's part of the combo. I won't eat much of it just because I'm not a huge popcorn person.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Yeah, it has its drawbacks for sure. You can, it's like 3 days later and you get that kernel that's in between two teeth. You're like, oh, I'll only try to get that out.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Or you're eating it, one of those kernels, like it flips perfectly and it just molds to your teeth while you're eating it.
Yes.
It goes like up in your gum and everything. You just can't get it out.
Yeah, and it just jams up there. Yeah, I've had that happen too.
I think that happened to me yesterday, as a matter of fact. And the funny thing is I just had my teeth cleaned. And my the hygienist was like, yeah, if you eat popcorn and it gets up in the kernels and the kind of wedges in there,
yeah,
you want to get that out pretty much immediately. I was like, hey, that's kind of funny.
Oh. Did he find any?
Oh, no. I mean,
okay. I was about to say, yeah, here's one. This looks about 3 years old.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that was basically my Saturday. I enjoyed it. I mean, after we did that, I was ramping up. I'm a huge soccer fan. I mean, I've got my U.S. Soccer hoodie on, my Columbus Crew hat on here.
Mm-hmm.
And here locally in Ohio, the Columbus Crew, who obviously play over in Columbus, they were almost moved 3 years ago.
To where?
They were almost taken out of the state. They almost went to Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And do you know how like fans will get behind things? They would like save my team, or I think it happened now in Oakland with the Raiders in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
they tried to prevent them to move to Las Vegas, and it never works.
Right.
It actually worked in this case.
Oh, no kidding.
And they were actually get some homegrown like buyers to buy the team, and actually it was the Haslams, the owners of the Browns.
No kidding.
They bought a majority stake in the Crew and kept them in Columbus, and they're opening up a brand new stadium next year. And last year they were garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought a new coach. They were retooling everything. And this year they came out, they were in first place overall, like the whole MLS for pretty much 3/4 of the season.
Okay.
And then they just some injuries hit and they slid down. They wound up being in third. But they had a championship game in their stadium, which was the first like soccer specific stadium in the States. Like everyone else was playing in like football stadiums or baseball stadiums. They had the very first soccer only stadium.
Oh, that's cool.
And they closed it last night with a championship.
Wow, that's awesome.
They closed it with a championship. They were the underdogs, like pretty much going into the game. They were playing Seattle, and Seattle's a powerhouse,
right,
when it comes to MLS. And I was weary because they came in and two of our guys popped for a COVID. So, and it's two of our top guys. Yeah, Darlington Nagbe and Pedro Santos. When I heard they were out, I'm like, I got
Like,
nervous.
we're doomed.
Yeah, I was thinking this isn't going to go well. We're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
And no, we did the destroying.
No kidding.
3-0. And I was pumped.
I bet, man. That's your new main sport, man. You love that MLS.
I'll watch any soccer game over any US traditional sport right now. Like, I put on like the NFL on my iPad, and I had the Crew.
You showed me that. Yeah, you posted that recently where MLS was on your big 60-inch and NFL was relegated to your iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it's going. And it's not just like domestic leagues either here in the US.
Yeah.
I'll watch the German Bundesliga, or I'll watch the Premier League over in Europe, in Germany, over sometimes an NFL game or a baseball game, or any of those. And I don't know. It's one of those things I enjoy. It's how am I going with this? It can be more enjoyable and it's more action than people want to give it credit for. A lot of people just throw their nose up to it because it's soccer.
Right.
They don't quite know what they're looking for sometimes.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I think that's changing, and we've talked about this on the show before. It's just kids growing up, or just they play soccer. Soccer wasn't even that big of a thing when we were kids, and I think when kind of beyond it, going into like the 2000s and the 2010s and stuff, like, I mean, it's a typical. It's a.
Well, it's the most played sport for youth in the U.S. It's the largest sport for our youth.
Yeah,
which is crazy because once they get a little older, it goes away. Do you hear all that?
Yeah, here's Skylar. I was waiting. I was giving her a second. Okay. Well, even just the term soccer mom, like, I don't know if that was a thing when we were kids, but I mean, there's so many kids playing soccer now that like the term soccer mom is just, everybody knows what the heck that is.
Yeah. Zach's played for a couple of years. Skylar's played for a year. I know my nephew and niece out in Arizona, they both play.
Yeah.
So it's a growing sport at a rate that a lot of other sports fans don't want to admit that it's coming. It's coming fast.
What months do the MLS, what does it range in? Like, when does it start? When does it end?
Typically around March, and they finish up right about late October, November. It's a little later this year.
Yeah.
Because of everything. Hold on. Yep. Oh, boy. What's up? No, I'm live, buddy.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm recording. Stay. After the Janessa incident, I wasn't risking it again. But yeah, it usually runs, I think, late October, November. It's cold. I mean, they sell scarves and everything, and
Okay.
and it's really the way you show your support. Like, you'll say Columbus Crew, and you hold them above your head, and
Right.
or U.S. national men's national team or women's team or whatever it is. And I can't wait to go again. Actually, next year, I've already told Janessa this. They're opening a new stadium next year.
Where?
In Columbus.
Oh.
I mean, brand new soccer. It's going to be with the top of the line, one of the best stadiums in the States. I told her I'm getting tickets, and I intend on taking you.
All right.
I said we're going to get a Saturday game, and we're going to go out there. I may have to bring we may have to bring Zach because he's already pumped and want to see another game out there.
Okay, that's okay.
But we're definitely going to go out there. We're going to see a Crew game live. I've only been to one, but I'll love to go see them play Cincinnati, the Hell's Real Derby, which is awesome.
God, it's been a while since I've seen any live sports. I think the last time I went is to go see a Predators game down in Nashville, and that was years ago now.
That's been a little while now.
Yeah, I'm up for it, man. It's been too long.
Well, I mean, we talked about a lot of what I got going on here. How about we go into this here? We've been doing this, Christmas TV special thing.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this thing. Let's get really deep into it and how I just slaughtered you this year.
Not just slaughtered me. Then we went ahead and did a little bet.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know what? I'm going to take this one here. You do take that one. Because I was so confident. I was like, you know what? Charlie Brown is going to mop the floor with Rudolph. Yeah. I thought for sure. And I checked. Let's see. It was a few few days ago, and I heard Palpatine looking at me going, "Your overconfidence will be your undoing," or something. I just heard him, and I sent you the picture, and dude,
Good. Give
oh,
in to your anger.
it was so, dude, I got a pie coming.
You do. A pie to the face.
You were so sure you put yourself in a bad spot and you were getting this pie.
Yeah.
And
I was
yep.
well, I was not confident at all. I mean, this was a toss-up for me between Rudolph. You were much more in line of thinking that Charlie Brown was definitely going to get one over on Rudolph, but I felt more like these two are holiday titans. I think they're both, from the 1960s, so they've been around forever. You can't escape the Christmas season without seeing or hearing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and, the Charlie Brown Christmas special, thinking about that, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So, I mean, they're both inescapable. So I thought I thought it was going to be a lot closer to 50-50 than you thought. But even what happened, I mean, it was 58-41 in percentages with
Rudolph winning up. I mistyped in the
Oh.
look at that. I was like, I'm gonna try to trick him. I drew up the notes and said Charlie Brown won. No, Charlie Brown didn't win.
Yeah, so Rudolph won 58% to 41% for Charlie Brown. So it was a pretty solid victory.
Oh, damn. that's oh man. And Janessa is already looking forward to this.
Oh, I guarantee it.
She is already like, oh, she went as far as like, so I'm gonna make a lemon meringue pie then, right? I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Yes.
So we're gonna do the whipped cream and the tin and everything, and she's gonna get me. We're gonna have to find out the logistics on how we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it live.
Yes.
So we're gonna do an impromptu live show, and maybe shorter, but we'll kind of start in this format and kind of follow me.
Make it a good one. I feel like pie crust would work. Just like a store-bought pie crust. Not you got to put something in there. Not just a tin with the whipped cream. Get some crust in there too, and then fill it up with that whipped cream. And she's got to get you good, man. Just smash you right in the face.
Oh, this isn't cool. You're changing the rules. You're giving a specific type of pie now. Not cool.
Jenna, I'm going to text her and have her listen to this episode.
So we need a pie crust filled with whipped cream.
Yeah.
I'll hold to it.
Try to get a pie tin too. A tin.
Well, yeah, it'd be the one that you get in the tin. So we're not going to. And then we'll do the whipped cream.
I'll leave that up to you. Either ready whip or Cool Whip.
We may do the ready whip, the Cool Whip for the base and the ready whip on top.
There you go. Now you're talking.
So it's not like a straight like tin to the nose. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. So keep an eye out on our social media pages. We'll put out a time, date, and everything. This will be streamed. So we got to have the fun with this.
I'm kind of worried now that any of these throwdowns or little bracketed competitions that we do in the future is going to end up with a pie to the face.
It could be a lot worse, man. I've seen bets between friends that have got a lot worse
true.
than pies.
That's true. We've gone classic with it. We've gone into Stooges style.
We can go old school. Well, not old school, but we can go like the fantasy football league that forces the loser to get a tattoo of their choice.
I am not going that far.
Oh man, I'll make you put my face on your lower back.
Give you a big old Rudolph tattoo.
Oh my god! No, I'll make you put the guys from Prep and Landing right there.
People will be like, "Who the hell are these?"
Oh my god! Okay.
I'll be like, yeah, I know exactly, right?
Okay. Shots fired. Okay, I see what you're doing. Oh geez. So that's gonna be really funny, and that should be a great time with doing that. I know the family's gonna love doing it as well.
So are you going to announce the exact time on Twitter?
I'll do it on Twitter, and I'll put it on Facebook as well.
Okay. So
we can get on, do that, so everybody knows it's coming. And then once I do that, we'll go ahead and schedule it so everyone knows it's coming. And we'll pie Chris in the face.
Yeah. So listeners, look out for that this week. You're going to see an update with an exact time, and then it'll be a live broadcast with Chris getting a pie to the face. But anyway, that's the story of the year. Our big Christmas special throwdown, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He won. He may have been laughed at by all his fellow reindeer, but he won this competition.
How did I win last year and there was no repercussions for you?
Well, because we just started thinking of it this year. That's why. Look, I'm in danger. I'm sure we're gonna continue doing this podcast.
So something is coming in the future.
Yeah, I'm bound to get mine.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh, dude. Okay, so there's one more thing I kind of wanted to talk about, and we briefly, I think, touched on this maybe last year around this time of the year. But how do you feel about Christmas music? Is it something you enjoy? Do you start it around Thanksgiving or earlier? When do you stop it?
I love Christmas music. When I was a kid, we would have Thanksgiving at our aunt's house. And like I've said before, she would have her house decked out in Christmas decorations and have her tree up already on Thanksgiving. And it would be just a part of Thanksgiving. Like we'd have the big dinner. And then right afterwards, when people are like sitting down with their desserts and their coffee, she would have Christmas music playing. And it was the first time that we hear it. And then, of course, after Thanksgiving, you start hearing it on the radio and every store that you go to. Of course, when I started working, I worked retail. So if you work retail, you can't escape Christmas music. And you would think that I would hate it because of that, but I love it. And I love it all across the board. I love mostly the traditional stuff, the Nat King Cole, the Frank Sinatra, but even some of the newer stuff too, like Faith Hill and the Mariah Carey stuff too. I'm a big fan. I love it.
I feel like every now and then, like every year, there's about one like really good Christmas song that actually is able to penetrate and move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know I'm a fan of it as well. I listened to it prior to Thanksgiving because I just found it, I think just through either iHeartRadio or one of those apps. I just started playing it.
Yeah.
For some unknown reason, I can't find it on any local radio channel here locally.
No kidding.
I can't find it anywhere.
That's weird.
Which is like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna listen to it through iTunes or Spotify or iHeart. I'll get it. I mean, they're not going to deprive me of my Christmas music.
Right.
But I'm all about it. Now I know some people are like, they just can't stand it. They can't take it for just like a couple weeks of the year.
Right.
But I think I posed this question last year. What's the difference between listening to Christmas music? I'll go this far. Forget it. We're listening to Christmas music year round.
Yeah.
And listening to, say, Metallica's Ride the Lightning year round.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Christmas music is Christmas music. I guess because it's so heavily identified with the Christmas season.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them.
There's like, for instance, like if you listen to, there's one I really enjoy. It's kind of sad, but Christmas Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
They really never identify. I mean, you know what time of the year they're talking about.
Yeah.
But it never identifies as a Christmas song.
That's true.
So a lot of them, a lot of the classic ones may identify as, the holidays.
Yeah, I would say if you're listening to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Frosty the Snowman in April and May, I would find that to be a little weird. But you're right. There are songs within that genre that you could probably listen to all year round.
I've always kind of found it funny. It's like, you know what, people really bash on Christmas music. Now, I don't know if some of it is too religious for some people.
Yeah.
That may be what it is, because some of them are really heavy when it comes to religion. I know there's one from, I'm pretty sure they're not the original writers of it, but Mary Did You Know from Pentatonics.
Oh, yeah.
I love that version of that song. And I know a few other people like Carrie Underwood and, have done it as well.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of my go-tos when it comes to the holidays. But I mean, and that you can kind of see, you can hear the Christmas in it, you can hear the religious part of it in the song as well.
Right.
So that has to be a part of, why people have a hard time with Christmas music.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that just have a hard time with Christmas in general, like all of it, the whole thing. And we kind of touched on this last week where they almost find it to be more of a burden than a relaxing season that you get to spend. The idea of spending time with your family is an apprehension and not a relief,
Yeah. I don't see these people throughout the year. I really don't want to see them now.
Yeah, like the spending money to buy gifts. And, it's like some people, it gives them real anxiety. Like, I'm going to have to fork money that I don't have to buy gifts for people that I don't want to see and watch movies and listen to music that I don't really enjoy. So I get why some people, if you're not into it, it would be kind of a bummer because it's a month-long event and it seems to grow every year. I mean, honestly, now, once the stores are through Halloween stuff, stuff. November 1st, that's when the Christmas season
Oh
starts.
yeah, you get that one aisle that's
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's Christmas trees and Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Like almost like I think sometimes like before Halloween. So I think our Meyer locally started clearancing out all their Halloween stuff the 28th, 29th.
Oh yeah, that week leading up to Halloween, like costumes are going on clearance. They're starting to make room.
they're like getting rid of everything as fast as they can. They're condensing the whole area.
Yeah.
And you can see it happening. I'm like, hold on.
And all the bags of candy that are normally, black and orange start getting swapped out for the bags of candy that are red and green.
I haven't even put a flaming bag of dog poop on someone's door yet. It's like, how am I doing Christmas already?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some people they just don't like it in general. I've never been like that, man. I've always loved Christmas. That's probably my mother's doing because my mother always made it just like terrific for us. Like putting up, she would make it a tradition, decorating the tree, playing some music, watching movies, especially. I mean, Christmas movies. It's still I can't wait to do it. I'm even purposely not watching some movies right now because I'm waiting for her to be here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Christmas is a completely special time, and I dig it. But we kind of mentioned some of the different. I mean, there are different styles of Christmas music. There's like the instrumental stuff, like you can listen. I don't want to. I'm kind of confessing something here, but there was a time where I actually downloaded some Kenny G soft listening Christmas music, and it was like I bought it off iTunes, so it's like permanently.
Okay, we gotta stop this train real quick.
Okay,
we gotta throw the brakes on this Kenny G thing because I remember you and all of our close knit friends would give me so much junk for listening to Kenny G, and I listened to it when I was big playing poker.
Yeah,
I would have it in my headphones or an earbud, while I'm playing,
right.
Because if I was listening to Kenny G, I was more cerebral.
Right.
If I was listening to Metallica, I was all to the wall, and I was usually out. So I usually knew what to listen to, but you guys gave me so much junk.
Well, I think there's a difference between listening to, Kenny G's latest album versus some Christmas time hits. Kenny G stuff I would hear. Yeah, there is.
No. Kenny G's Kenny G. You're not getting yourself out of this one.
I know. Silver Bells is different from I couldn't even name you Kenny G's own collection of music. I don't know.
Either. All I know is it just kind of like
it triggered you, didn't?
Woosah.
I said Kenny G, and it came flooding all those memories.
Yeah, dude, we're talking over a decade ago now. These days, if not more.
Well, I was in the car the other day, and it's like I said, those few Christmas songs are like permanently on my little iTunes collection. So sometimes my phone will just start playing my iTunes music without me even asking it to. It plays on my car.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you plug it in, it drives me nuts sometimes.
Yeah, and lo and behold, Kenny G, I don't know, Silver Bells or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas started playing, and this was months ago. And Christina gave me such a look, like, really?
That's good. She's giving you junk for it too.
I got mine.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I just enjoy it. I mean, like you were saying, Janessa's dad messenger today, and he said he went ahead and got tickets. I can't believe already for next year for the Mannheim Steamroller.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, "Do you like them?" I was like, "I've never seen them, but I mean, of them." She's like, "Which ones do you like?" I said, "I like TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and I've seen them live."
Right.
And I said, if the two, I would prefer maybe seeing them again. But if they got tickets already or got us tickets, I'm not going to say no. I mean, I'd love to see them as well, just because it's Christmas related.
Yeah.
Now, it's all, hopefully by that time everything is going again. But me and her parents have actually talked about that because they're a lot more traditionalists when it comes to Christmas music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they are. They're a lot more traditional with Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah.
TSO, man, they're putting hard guitar and
they're
into it.
Yeah, is it their little drummer boy, or there's something that's pretty famous? It's their most famous one. It's like da 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 da. It's very hard.
Yeah, because a lot of people actually will program their light shows to it.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. I know Zach really loves that one as well. So, but I think we're gonna have to bring the kids with us, which. I mean, that may be their first concert, which would be fun for them to do.
I bet it's a fun show, man. I bet they put on a good show, though.
Oh, I've got no doubt it is. No doubt. But I just wanted to kind of bring that up because I mean, we were always kind of mixed, and Janessa's not a big Christmas music person. Zach loves it. Skylar loves her. Oh God, she carries around this little hippopotamus.
Yeah.
And until we moved to the Midwest, I never heard this Christmas song. I want hippopotamus for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, and she loves it, and it's funny. So I'll just tell Siri to play it in the car. Oh, this morning. Okay, so we do donuts with Dad pretty much on Sundays. We get in the car, we go to our local pastry shop donuts place, Bill's Donuts.
Yeah.
And we get a dozen of donuts. When we get in, she's like, Daddy, I want Queen Barbie Family. So she's ready to rock out in the car.
Right.
And I say, play all I want is hippopotamus. She looks at me and gives me such the stink eye. And she is so mad. And after it's over, I put her playlist on. And next thing you know it, she's rocking out the Disturbed.
Oh, wow.
It's funny. I'm so happy when she's back there singing, 10,000 Fists in the Air. I'm like, what is going on? Or
she's great.
Or coming home, she's like, Daddy, I'm Welcome to the Jungle. I'm like, you could absolutely have some Welcome to the Jungle.
You got it, kid.
And I was like, this is a 4-year-old asking for some GNR. I'm like, this is awesome.
That's a win, dude. That was maybe the best parenting thing you've ever done.
I got to edit my my playlist a little bit. She's not a fan of Hotel California.
Okay, yeah.
I got to take that one out. There is a song called Bad Liar from I'm blanking on the name of the group. So I got to take that one out. I may add a few and make the list a little bit longer. But yeah, I think I may have to slip a Metallica song in there now. I'm not sure how hard. Well, if I got Disturbed, I really can't go wrong.
I know. You could throw their, Enter Sandman, some of their bigger ones in there. I think their stadium anthems. Get them in there.
Yeah, it can't be a one. One's too long.
Oh yeah,
it's got to be something like I'm really tempted to put on Godsmack's "I Stand Alone" the live edition.
Yeah,
because dude, when in a car or in the headphones, that is so awesome, and I can see her back there singing it. It's repetitive and it's catchy.
Yeah,
I can absolutely see her in the back of the car going, stand alone.
How funny is that when she's a teenager and she looks back fondly on when she was a baby, a wee babe, and singing these hard rock songs with her dad?
Oh yeah, well, you always hear about like kids that grow up with their family and their dads and their moms, and they start to like music because of them.
Yeah,
me and Zach can care less about music. Really, he enjoys it, but he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
I sit in the car and Skylar's requesting songs. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, like I said, that's a dad win. That should be the shirt. Dadnarok, give me GNR or something.
That's a dad win. I think you were actually the one to introduce me to a lot. I know Metallica for sure, but just listening to music in general, I know, my dad had some, bands that he was into, like the Eagles. I think maybe Pink Floyd here and there. So I kind of have a vague memory of not really being into it though. And the music my mom listened to was all like, it was Celine Dion and,
I don't remember my mom listening to a whole bunch of music.
Yeah.
I remember Don. I listened a lot of Rob Zombie and White Zombie.
Right. Oh yeah.
That was what I remember. That's kind of where I got my my first foot into that type of music. That I remember staying over a friend's house. I think it was probably the year prior to us meeting, and he introduced me to the Black Album from Metallica.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't own it at the time, but that's when I heard, Enter Sandman and Unforgiven.
Right.
Those songs there, I was like, I'm liking this. This is more my jam. This is pretty good here.
Yeah.
But dude, we went way off the Christmas rails here.
We did. We strayed a bit from Christmas music. That's okay.
But what do we say? We go ahead and get in Santa's sleigh and have Rudolph pull us right into that cheesy fog.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I've got one here for you. It says, why did Santa's helper see a therapist?
Why?
Because he had low elf esteem.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
You gave me a little chuckle. Okay.
I did laugh, but It went away pretty quick.
That was a quick burn.
Okay. What do you call Santa after he goes down a lit chimney?
No idea.
Crisp Kringle.
I had a feeling. No, I did like that. Okay, I'll give you credit for that one this week. I
All
won't do
right.
that.
You might have gotten crickets. You might have finally accomplished it after months. It seems like months of not getting them.
I was looking. I found so many good ones. I was like, this is too good. This is good. No, I was laughing at one so hard. I was like, okay, if I'm laughing hard at this one, I got to keep going. There's no way.
Self-esteem, come on.
Oh, dude. You want to plug our social pages?
Yeah. So that's going to do it for this show. Be sure to check out dadnarok.com for all the latest episodes, as well as links to our TeePublic page. Go ahead and get yourself some merchandise. Dadnarok merchandise, mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of stuff on there, man. Get yourself a travel mug. Get yourself a mask. We're all going to be wearing masks here for the foreseeable future until those vaccines roll out. Get yourself a Dadnarok branded one. Why not? And then go ahead and check out our social media pages too. Of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on all the platforms. So check us out.
And, we do that show 10:30 each Friday night. Right now, we're finishing up The Mandalorian.
That's right.
The season finale will be this Sunday. Will be this Friday night. And we'll go ahead and we'll take care of that. And we have been in discussions on which one we're doing next. We know we have WandaVision coming out. So then there's going to be Falcon Winter Soldier coming out.
Oh my god!
So there's going to be a lot of content coming out. We just got to decide on which one we want. If there's one you guys prefer us doing, just let us know. I mean, you guys are listening to it and we enjoy it all. So, they may not even overlap. And if they don't overlap, we may just decide to do both of them. So,
yeah, why not? That's Dadnarok High Voltage every Friday night live.
There we go. So I think it's a good spot for us to go ahead and say, this is the Dadnarok podcast, signing off for the evening.
Yeah, you could stop, I guess. I'll just say this. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh,
a hippopotamus will do.
Oh, lovely. Dude, even when we bullshit.
I know. Well, it's whatever.
We don't know how to freaking stop talking sometimes.
No, I mean, these shows have a natural rhythm.
We always wind up, unless we really go off the rails.
We really got to force ourselves. When we want to cut it short, it's like now we have to force ourselves to cut it short.
Yeah, it was like, I think we both kind of thought, it was like, okay, we don't want to go on forever.
Yeah.
There's that. Make that small. I think that the pie episode is going to be something. Definitely, if you put together a thumbnail and we put it out there and we actually advertise it, people will show up for that one.
That's going to be funny.
This is going to be episode. It's already in 68, I think.
Yeah, 68.
Oh, damn, Chris. That's not Dadnarok. I don't know what the fuck you just spelled.
Oh, I forgot to end our broadcast on Twitch.
Oh, hell.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, folks.